Hey everyone, welcome to the Movie Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King Candace here, bringing you a movie review your way. Yes, going back to basics. No more me watching, pausing, and come back and doing all this craziness. The only pausing that I'm going to do in this video is when I break it down like I always do. Right in the past, if you guys followed the King from day one, I used to do a little thing called movie recommendations. And in that video, I did a non-spoiler and then a spoiler version. And I put a little thing up on the screen saying it's spoilers, be warned. I'm going to wreck the movie and tell you guys exactly how I feel about the film in details. And I'm going to spoil it. So I'm going to go back to that. So anyways, I don't want to blab too long. I don't want to keep this video longer than it needs to be because the movie that I watched wasn't that long indeed. It's only an hour and 30 minutes, I want to say. What movie am I talking about? I'm talking about Renfield, starring Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, Awkwafina, Ben Schwartz, and a whole bunch of other interesting characters and actors as well. I think it was directed by McKay. So that's as far as I'm going to get into detail. So basically, if I'm going to describe this movie to you guys without ruining it, is basically Renfield, played by Nicholas Hoult. Nicolas Cage plays Dracula. He's his henchman of a crazy asylum for decades that eventually becomes his assistant, his personal assistant. He would bring people to kill, feed on, whatever, to keep them going for years and years. And then, I don't know, some shit hits the fan and things kind of go sideways. And then he's trying to rebuild his life and Dracula's in the city of New Orleans. And that's where we meet Nicholas Hoult with the, in a circle talking to people. But anyways, I'll get into the details later on. So my initial thoughts on the film. Going in, I was like, okay, it's going to be another Dracula film. It's going to have Nicolas Cage's twists on it. And it's going to be kind of like goofy. And was I right or wrong? I was right. You cannot take this film seriously. If you're a big, huge Dracula vampire fan, you're going to be slightly disappointed, in my personal opinion. Or if you have those expectations, you're going to be disappointed. And yeah, it's just typically that kind of film. It's a Nicolas silly film. Nicolas Cage silly film. That, Nicolas Hoult, it's about vampires. Indirectly, he works for him. Shit hits the fan. You get introduced to Awkwafina's character, who she goes through something tragically. I'm not going to get into the details of that. And it builds from there. She confronts Nicholas Hoult's character, Renfield. She kind of like does something to kind of like save her in a sense. And they kind of like, I don't know if there's a little flirting going on here and there. And it pursues. And of course, Nicholas Hoult, Renfield's character, wants to try and have his own life and correct the wrongs in his life. And that's where the story takes place. And of course, Dracula's not happy about it. And then things hit the fan. Overall, very simple storyline. Basic, bad guy who wants to become good, but the bad guy who he works for doesn't want to allow him to do so. And that's what happens. The scenery, pretty cool. Storyline's weak. Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage. I think if it wasn't for Nicolas Cage and Nicholas Hoult, I wouldn't watch this movie. I'll tell you right now. I'm not going to recommend you guys watch it. If you're a big Nick Cage fan, you'll probably watch it. It's just one of those B-level movies, in my personal opinion. Nothing huge. I'm not too sure if it was in theaters because I didn't go see it in theaters. Would I buy this thing on Blu-ray or physical media? That's my good indicator. And if I say no, then yeah, that tells you everything if you should watch this. But it's okay. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. The action's crazy, goofy, a lot of blood, a lot of gore. The fight scenes are crazy. If you had to watch this film, watch the first maybe 5 or 10 minutes just so you can see what the hell it's about. And then watch the last 10, 15 minutes. Because that fight scene is crazy. There's limbs and stuff like that used. And it wasn't pretty. And even the ending was like, seriously? But you saw, it's very predictable. Villains, mafia, you can name it. In the city of New Orleans, modern times, and stuff like that. It's okay. not enough Nicolas Cage in it, unfortunately. That's what I'm going to tell you. He's in the movie when he needs to be. It's more focused on Renfield, Nicholas Hoult's character, and Awkwafina, their relationship and what goes on there. That's pretty much what I got out of it. So if you're fans of those two actors, then you might like it a little bit more than a lot of people will, but it's okay overall. Okay? So that is my non-spoiler review. So now let's put that spoiler thing up on the screen. Okay. What did I like about the movie? Well, Nick Cage, Nicholas Hoult. The actors are brought. Even Awkwafina was okay. She plays a cop, guys, who her father ends up dying at the hands of this mafia guy's family, and she's just on a rant. She swears, she doesn't follow the rules. She knows the police department she works for is corrupt. Her sister is kind of like the do-gooder. She's like the FBI agent who's kind of done everything by the book. And they kind of butt heads, but they end up getting together and being cool with each other. Nicholas Hoult is pretty much Dracula's assistant, brings him bodies and shit like that. So he's having a little bit resentment and reserve sense of, I guess, judgment not to bring him, because he wants to try and break free from have his own life and shit like that, because apparently he left behind a kid and a daughter in order to pursue what he felt was selfish needs to go with Dracula and stuff like that. So it's like a love-hate sick relationship between Dracula and him. Nicolas Cage is phenomenal. He just wants to get back what he lost, like power, take over the world and shit like that. And of course, Awkwafina meets Nicholas Holt's character in there who has his own little agenda. Shit goes bad in this bar. The mafia guy wants to go after this cop, Awkwafina's character. They end up wrecking the whole damn place. Like, that was a cool fight scene. He's using body parts, trays, and shit like that. And even the last 10 minutes of the film, he's using body limbs and shit like that to stab people. And I'm like, are you serious? Even the way one of the guys gets, bro, it kind of like does like a see-through x-ray thing, and you see the blood kind of coming on both ends and just exploding and shit like that. Heads getting chopped off. Like, it's one of those gory, goofy Dracula films that you can't take serious. And it's like that from beginning to end. Would you guys like it if it wasn't for Nicolas Cage and stuff? I don't know. I liked it, or I continued to watch it. Let's just say because Nicolas Cage is in it. If he wasn't in it, I don't think so. I don't think Awkwafina or Nicholas Hoult will kind of like draw me to this, because it's more focused on those two characters and kind of like them going back and forth with each other. Have feelings, don't have feelings. I don't know. But that's where it goes to. And of course, the fight scene, the last 10-15 minutes was pretty cool. If you had to watch any part of the movie, watch the beginning just to give you an idea what's this all about and why they're doing what they're doing. And then at the end, when you're trying to escape and she's with them, and then there's a big showdown with Dracula and the mobster's family there just to kind of like stop them, put an end to this. The funny part that I found funny, which is kind of stupid, but it's not really funny, Renfield would always sit down with this group talking about their problems and shit like that, and he didn't want to express himself, and then near the end of the film he ends up doing so. But before that, Dracula ends up going and kills all these people, and then he takes Dracula's blood, Renfield, goes back to this place, and he brings them all back with Dracula's blood. He cuts Dracula up in a couple of pieces with Awkwafina's help, and that's gory and gruesome. That alone is like, you fucking kidding me? Pardon the language. And it's just like, nah, you know what? Pass. Anyways, so they go back and they have this little meeting. He's like, you know what? Even the guy who was in charge of the place was like, yeah, I had the chance to come back from the other side and appreciate what the hell life is, but he also saw shit that he didn't want to see, which is kind of goofy. Is there going to be a sequel? Maybe. But honest to God truth, would I recommend this? No. And I strictly mean it as a thing. I don't completely regret watching it because Nick Cage is in it. I'll watch almost anything with Nick Cage. Doesn't matter if it's a blockbuster, National Treasure, or whatever. I'll watch the damn thing. Nicholas Holt's a good character too. Awkwafina was annoying like always, but not to the point that it take me out of the film like some of the other ones. Roles that she's been in, I couldn't stand. This one was okay. If you're a serious diehard Dracula fan, now this is not the movie for you. I can tell you right now. If you're a Nick Cage fan, 100%. You know, would I recommend all you guys go and check it out? Nah. Like, I don't think you're going to die if you miss it, or not. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. It's just one of those movies you put on and just, want to laugh a little bit and not take too serious. Because, I'm telling you, there's a lot of crap that goes down. It's shot well. Storyline's weak, Actors are good with whatever material they had. Director, he had a blast, it looks like, doing it. And, if there's a sequel, I'm not watching it. I'll tell you right now. going on file and record. Nah, not happening. King is refusing to watch that, even if Nick Cage is in it. But I don't know. I won't buy it and add it to my collection. So that goes to tell you everything how I really personally feel. But you guys let the King know in the comment section below. Tell me your favorite parts, what you hate about it, what you like about it, whatever you want. Go to the comment section below. And that's pretty much it. I think I'm done with this movie. Yeah, check it out yourself. Let me know. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Check out my other reviews. And I don't know how the next week or so is going to go, guys, because I got to go take care of some health issues, that involves my tongue. I'm just going to leave it at that. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to bring you videos your way for the next 5 days, 3 days, 2 days. I don't know how long it's going to take, maybe possibly for me to recover, if it's going to be that serious, if I require something like that. Last time I pulled teeth and shit, I was talking the same damn day, bringing you guys videos. But I don't know. Just giving you guys heads up. If you don't see anything for the next, 3 days, 5 days, a week or two, you know why? My mouth. I can't talk. And I'm sure you don't want to just watch a screen and me just kind of waving to you. So anyways, that's that. So that is my official non-spoiler, spoiler movie review on Renfield, starring Nicolas Cage, Nicolas Hoult, and Awkwafina. Hope you guys like it. Like, share, and subscribe. Stay off the King's Throne. I'll see you where? Right here on YouTube. Hopefully with another movie review or TV review coming your way. Take it easy. Definitely be the hell good.